Hello, everybody. Wolfang here. Today is Thursday, July the 24th. How we all doing? Same old crap. Same old crap. Except it's hot today. They said the heat index hit 103. Woo-hoo. It was friggin' hot. I think we hit 98 inside our shop. That's what my thermometer said, temperature gauge. I bought one that's like the size of a round clock. But yeah, like I've said, it just stays hot in that fucking shop. And we're all miserable. And the people in the office say it's too cold. You just can't win, can you? Oh well. So we got some problems here in Cincinnati with kids downtown. We had a 15-year-old shoot his 14-year-old girlfriend, I think it was, yesterday. But there's been a lot of teenage shootings. So our city council has gotten together, and I kind of ranted about this on my lunchtime walk. But they want to get tougher on the curfew. That's what I was trying to spit out. We've had a curfew on the law books for 30 years, probably 30 plus years, and they've never enforced it. And now they want to enforce it. So let me share the article. But this is, I know it's irrelevant to people that don't live here in Cincinnati, but it's just something I like to share. City leaders considering curfew centers to counter youth crime. Says Cincinnati City Council in August. Now, they just had a meeting today. Kids go back to school in August. Cincinnati City Council in August will consider stricter enforcement of the city's curfew for youth as a way to respond to concerns about crime in the city. As part of that enforcement, the city may create curfew centers where the city could take minors who are out too late. They would stay there until their parents could come and get them. Wow. Mayor F-Tab Pureval, he's a joke, on July 23rd, called city council members back from their summer recess for a 2.5-hour special meeting to talk about the curfew and other measures to address crime. The curfew is not about arresting children, council members stressed throughout the lengthy meeting. Children, you know what? That they need to use that word lightly on some of these asshole kids out there, because some of these 15, 16, 17-year-old males that are out there are freaking bigger than I am. There's not a child. A 17-year-old kid that's on the football team weighing in at freaking 225 pounds. I'm sorry, I'm going off. What we want to tell the public, we're not trying to arrest as many kids as we can, said Councilwoman Victoria Parks. We want to keep them safe. We don't want them out at 3 o'clock when someone might just shoot at them. Maybe they're the ones doing the shooting. There's a lovely woman. What we know about the curfew proposal. Details on exactly how the city would change the curfew ordinance Where these curfew centers would be and who would operate them were not released at the special meeting. City Manager Sherry Long said they're still working on a formal proposal the administration will present to council in August. But like I said, kids go back to school in August. Cincinnati public school students return to school August the 20th. The city already has a curfew for people under 16 after 10 p.m. and after midnight for ages 16 to 18, meaning that youth cannot be unoccupied in public after those hours. Long said they're looking at ways to make the curfew easier to enforce. Wow. The proposed curfew centers wouldn't be at recreation centers, Long said, since she doesn't want children to have a negative association with them. Long said the goal is to have a safe haven for youth that police encounter after the current curfew. She said she has some organizations in mind for the city to partner with to staff the curfew centers, but didn't want to reveal them at the meeting. Bullshit. Our goal is to get these kids in a safe places, Long said. That is what the overall goal is of the curfew. City Council prepared Long and Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa, I can't even say her last name, with questions on the curfew and how to address crime. When asked whether children in violation of the curfew would be charged with a crime, Long said she didn't have the answer to that yet and is working with the legal department. Well, yeah, it's a crime if a curfew's on the books. They go to juvie. Vice Mayor Jane Michelle Lemon Carney said when the curfew has been enforced in the past, residents have complained that it hasn't been enforced evenly in all neighborhoods. Oh, come on, really? If we do it, we'll have to do it consistently and fairly across all neighborhoods, she said. Enforcing the current curfew is difficult, city officials have said. An Inquirer review of 25 years of curfew violations in Hamilton County, including Cincinnati, has found that there has been a steady decline in the number of youth referred to the juvenile court for curfew violations since 2000. The number of juveniles referred to juvenile court peaked in 2000 with 619 violations and has steadily declined ever since. In 2024, there were 79 juveniles cited for curfew violations. Will the curfew work? The police chief said they're compiling neighborhood data on crime committed by the youth. She didn't have any specific numbers to present on July 23rd. There are some specific neighborhoods in our city where the youth disorder is occurring after current curfew hours, she said. She said there is also looking to other cities, including Tulsa, Indianapolis, on how they enforce their curfews. At the end of the meeting, City Council unanimously passed an ordinance directing the administration to look at enforcement of the curfew and increasing police visibility. To put it simple, this motion is trying to save kids, period. Puraval said. And Puraval is our mayor. And the curfew is an important tool in trying to do that. And I am calling bullshit on that, what I just read. Why do you say? Well, if the law's been on the books that long, enforce it. And I don't think there's the neighborhoods that are being checked out are the neighborhoods with all the fucking trouble. So don't make it well, if you do one neighborhood, you got to do them all. No, these the police department, the whole freaking crew, they know where the hot spots are. And that's what you call them, hot spots. But no, that's bullshit. And the other thing was they were saying they were going to use the recreation centers to put the kids that are busted until the parents come pick them up. But one of the city council, like they said, they don't want to do that because they don't want to make. You know what? That recreation center isn't open 24/7. I'm pretty sure it probably closes around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. And once it's closed, it sits there doing nothing. So use it. Don't come up with some other. This shit's already there. Use it, people. Now I am going off. This is Wolfang. Have a great Thursday. Blessed be. Stay safe. And I'll bullshit with y'all later. Bye.